Ladies and gentlemen, I am KageKaze, and I am taking a look at Karateka. So, why would I buy Karateka, and why would I produce a video on it? Well, because this one's kind of special to me, I'm going to be quite honest. Karateka has to be the first game that I ever really played on a computer, on a personal computer. I played Karateka back on the Apple IIe. And it was a game I spent a lot of time on. I just, for whatever reason, would just go back to it frequently and see if I could just get further and further. It was not an easy game at the time, especially, you know, being fairly young and being new into gaming. Karateka is the brainchild of Jordan Mechner. You might know that name as the creator of Prince of Persia. Not only Prince of Persia 1 and 2, but the Sands of Time. So he's got some pretty powerful games there under his belt. This version of Karateka is not only being created by Jordan Mechner, but also Jeff Matsuda, who did the art for The Batman. And the music is composed by Grammy-winning composer Christopher Tin, who is responsible for Civilization 4. So this is a nostalgia bomb for me. I really enjoyed the original, and I wanted to see what have they done to this version to make it like the original. And they've made some changes, obviously the graphics, but there are some slight changes to the mechanics of the game, and it's more of a rhythm-based game this time around than the original. So what we're going to go here and do is look at what we have here in the options. You'll notice that it's using a Xbox controller scheme. That's because I've decided to plug in my controller, and I'm emulating my Xbox 360 controller at this point. Now, I did play this a little bit on the keyboard, so you don't have to worry about this being controller only. So what you'll go in here is you'll look at the hints and tips. You can see here it's basically telling you you don't button mash. You want to kind of use the rhythm. The music in the background is going to kind of tell you what to do or when to attack and block. So here's the control scheme. You do get a few different control options if you're using a keyboard. So what I'll do is I'll come back after this and I'll kind of show you the keyboard options. The default controls are a little weird, but once you get used to them, they're not too bad. The D key is often block, W is kick, A is punch, and then you have R to bow and things like that. So in this, I've got, looks like the punch on X, my chi attack on A. Chi attack, that's a special attack you get in this that, of course, didn't exist in the original. Kind of helps you out. And then, of course, I've got kick, bow, flower there under Y, and block is B. So I'll want to try and remember those. So we're going to go ahead and do this. I've done this mostly on the keyboard, so we'll see if I can get used to the controller here. Not too many options, really. You get the resolution and full screen and with a controller plugged in, because this wasn't available without the controller's vibration. So PC game with minimal to pretty much no options. So but the thing is, this game really doesn't need it. It really doesn't. You'll see it's pretty very straightforward. In fact, this game is not hard at all. I've already beaten it. It takes under half an hour. The point of this game, much like the original, is to kind of just keep playing it and best yourself. How far can you get? And the beautiful thing about this, much like the original, is Mechner has created kind of a story that is told without words. And so you'll want to kind of take a look at it and just kind of see what kind of emotion that can be brought out just by using silent characters. So we're going to go ahead and start the game and show you what it's all about. Ah, the memories. That right there, the intro scene where the hero climbs up the cliff to meet his first opponent. Now, this first part is going to be very scripted out because it's going to teach me how to play, essentially. So B to block now. Let's go ahead and do that so I can punch or kick my opponent. Alright, I was anticipating it pausing the screen, but it wasn't, so we'll just move on. There we go. We'll bow for this one. Now, what you may notice is as I'm fighting, you're going to hear tones in the background. That tones is the music, and those tones actually signify the attacks. So if you listen for the strum, there it is, and every time I hear that, that lets me know I need to block now. Along the way, there are these flowers that I can use to get health back. You see, you get a little cutscene there, giving me a little bit of health. This is truly nostalgic for me because this really evokes the original essence of Karateka. Every time you would get so much progress, you'd get that quick cutscene back to Akuma. Alright, we're just going to alternate. Honestly, it really doesn't matter if I punch or kick in this game. It's really just whichever combo I want to see. And as you can see, you get points based on how you do. Now you'll hear there's two strums in the background now. So the background music is really going to be the key that tells me when I need to block and how many attacks I'm going to block. So there's one. So it's telling me I have full chi. This is the new mechanic. This is the special move. I'm going to go ahead and hit that now. So you basically stun the enemy and then you just keep hitting them until you kind of finish them off with one major attack. Of course, he didn't live through that, so that wasn't a big deal. That hawk. Don't get me started on that hawk. In the Apple IIe version of Karateka, that hawk was my worst enemy. I think I died more to him because of him taking my life down than anything else. Mainly because when the hawk was coming, you could hear him screech, but you had no idea if he was going to come high, medium, or low. And in the original Karateka, you had three attacks. You had high, medium, low punch, and high, medium, low kick. And you had to kind of respond to your threats using those. And so the hawk could come in at any time, at any angle, and you had to kind of guess which one it was going to be and compensate if you were wrong. Oh, there we go, it took a few hits. And you can see the notes don't always have the exact same tone. They might be different types of tones. You're in my way, Baldy. Now, sometimes with guys like this, you may not always get the tones. You'll notice when he does his kick, he doesn't give a tone, but his triple attack will. Nice, very nice. I heard the tone on that one. 3 tones. Excellent. I'm going to go ahead and turn the volume up on my end just a bit so I can make sure I hear all of my tones. Oh, so 3 tones. I did try to block 3 times, but as you can probably tell from there, it's not just about knowing how many are coming. There's a timing thing here. So you can't push the button too early, and you can't push it too late. Push it too early and you do kind of a... I'll kind of see if I can do it here. No, I can't. Push it too early and you'll see he kind of does that back dodge, and that will just get you hit. 2, and attack back. Very good. Now, unfortunately, I'm not going to get a perfect bonus. There are achievements for doing that. And again, this game is really all about doing better, doing better. 3. Oh, and see, I hit the button way too early on that one. Very good. We're going to keep going. I will probably use the next flower to restore my health. Ah, here we go, the hawk. So we finally get to see the hawk in action, and you see you block him, and he can basically come in either high or low. And so this is kind of a throwback to the original Karateka, where he could come in high, medium, low, like I talked about earlier. It's just in this one, it's either high or low. No kind of medium, and you basically respond with punch or kick. Thankfully, the hawk is a little easier this time around, because in the original Karateka, trust me, you didn't want to be on the receiving end of that hawk. Time for some drunken boxing. I'm going to go ahead and take him out quickly. Very nimble. Very drunk. Now you can see on that one, it was a series of notes. Really just kind of tells you need to block until he stops. Very good. A perfect fight. And up ahead I can see some flowers on the right. Actually, I don't even need them. I have full health, but I'll just kind of do it anyway to show you. There we go. He breathes it in. That would restore my health had I lost any at that point. Oh! Okay, I didn't see that coming. Now, in the middle of a combo, you can block. So if I were to block at least the last attack, I can counterattack. That's all that really matters in this game, is blocking the last hit. That allows you to counterattack. If you fail to block the other hits, you do take damage. However, counterattacking is very much required the final hit. And you'll see here some enemies now, they start to speed up their attack, so by the time you hear the notes, he may already be attacking. And there we go. And more of the bird, and I hit the wrong button. That's okay. We're okay, we're alive, let's just use the flowers this time. I am finding this actually a little bit easier with a controller because the buttons are right next to each other. What I'll have to... well, I don't have to really show you, I can tell you... Well, that was interesting, he just went right down. Is that the buttons, there are multiple control schemes for the keyboard, but the one downside is you can't seem to rebind them. There's a few options, but that's it. So I'm not sure why they decided to go that route, not letting you rebind your controls, especially on a PC game. Alright, we're going to be moving into our first, or not first, we're moving to another boss encounter here. Let's get the health back and let's try and take him out. Oh, ow. Alright, he's taunting me, that means I do get a free attack. Now, some enemies might counterattack you when you do that, so you have to be mindful of that. You'll see with this guy, he's not really giving me any indication by the musical notes. His indications are coming to me, like the telegraph of his attacks is usually his hand movements. That's going to be 2 attacks, I believe. Yep, there we go. Oh, no, no. Ow, fail. And have at me. Oh, see, I managed to block the final hit, which allowed me to counterattack and win that one. Alright, let's grab more health for myself here. And so, you can see there the True Love bonus. I want to cover that real fast, because I didn't really talk about that. This game, as it said in the intro, has 3 suitors for the lovely Mariko. The 3 suitors are, of course, the True Love, the Monk, and the Brute. And you'll notice there was no character select for this game. Ooh, ow, 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 ow. Stop hitting me in the kidneys. So the way this game works is you actually start off as the True Love. That's who I'm playing as right now. As you progress, you have a chance of being defeated. Now, in the original Karateka, if you were defeated, you were done. You start all over again, and you have to run through all of Akuma's minions. And basically, you start all over again. You have to keep going. In this game, it's a little bit different. You're given essentially 3 lives. And those 3 lives are represented by the True Love, the Monk, and the Brute. So, if I fall in combat here as the True Love, it will swap me over to the Monk. And then I can try and rescue... Oh, wow, I heard that coming and I didn't get to respond in time. Alright. Very nice, very quick. There we go, got that guy. Excellent. Any flowers nearby? Nope, but I can bow! Hey, look at me, I can bow. Huzzah! Oh, here it comes. That hawk. Do not like him. So, if I fall as the Monk, then I have to try and do this as the Brute. Now, I did fall as the Brute against the final boss. And what happens there is... Oh, got a block, there we go. Whew. Getting close to death here, let's just get some health back. You fall as the Brute, and you can actually revive yourself, but it costs points. So, you don't get a chance to revive yourself as the True Love or as the Monk. Only as the Brute. So by that point, you've already got the worst, basically the quote-unquote worst ending, but you have also kind of lost points from not being the True Love, because you get more of a bonus for making it without dying, and of course you get a better bonus for having perfect victories. But you lose a lot of points if you try to revive as the Brute. So honestly, reviving as the Brute is really only useful if you just want to beat it. Alright, we've got a monk of our own to fight here. Try and take this guy out. No! That last one. I always mess that last one up. There we go. Oh! No tone on that one. Didn't see it coming. Oh, I thought I hit that one. Oh, you may get me. Alright, let's take this guy out. Always that third hit. Ugh. Sucker punched. See, and there we go. I lost as the hero. This is the exact same spot I actually lost last time. There we have it. Through the power of silent cinematography, we now have the monk's story. And now we move up onto the position that the true love failed. It is now the monk's turn. And as you can see, the monk does have his own unique fighting style. Oh, that was close. Very nice. And he steps aside. Not sure why, but I just managed to fail at that one. That's the second time. I've played through this once already, as I mentioned before. This is just my second time through. Didn't think I would lose at the same exact spot. Let's see if I can make it further with the monk. So as you can see, this guy is not really giving me musical prompts. It is kind of more of a just give and take battle at this point. I just know that he's usually going to attack with a 3-hit combo, and I have to quickly counter as he will stop me mid-combo and then fight right back. Oh, timed that one wrong. So definitely a game about timing. It is very much a rhythm game, as they said in their description. You hit the timing is absolute, really, in this. It's not terrible, because obviously I'm getting fairly far, as you can see, and doing well. It is forgiving enough to feel good, so you don't have to worry about the game feeling cheap. I mean, there are certain hits that you're going to wonder, well, why did I miss it? Like the third hit of the monk, or that monk sucker punch. But really what it is just getting an idea of what the timing for that is going to be. And once I learn that, I should be able to counter that attack every time flawlessly, as long as I pay attention and focus. And that's kind of the whole point. Again, what they want you to try and do is get through it without ever getting touched. There's an achievement for that. In fact, the achievement is not for getting untouched throughout the entire game, it's for getting untouched up to Akuma. So I guess they anticipate you're probably going to take a few hits on that final boss. So we're going to keep going and see what we can show you here. See if we can either get you the monk ending or the brute ending. And as we go through, you'll notice kind of our opponents getting more elaborate outfits and headgear. Mostly the headgear. This was something that honestly happened in the original Karateka. The enemies that came at you would have more and more elaborate headgear. Oh, you bastard bird. Give me my health back. That is why I hate that bird. Hate him. Oh! But again, he's not as bad as he was in the first game. Alright, free hit. Gotcha. Oh! I heard that tone too late. As you can see with that one, they kind of throw you off on that one. They give you the quick 3 tones, and then while you're in the middle of blocking, the 4th tone would come up. So they try and trick you in this. Not bad, moving forward. I do like the headgear. And the designs, honestly, I think they look really nice. Not the best graphical style, I don't think, but that's all, you know, subject to opinion, of course. I think it's very fluid, though. It moves nice, and honestly, this evokes, like I said, nostalgia. If you ever played the original Karateka, I think this really brings it into 3D, honestly. Aside from the monk and the brute, obviously, because they weren't in the original, but all these characters, the elaborate headgear. And the elaborate headgear really made sense in the first Karateka, because with the limited color schemes and graphics that you had back then, especially on the Apple II, you had to find a way to differentiate the opponents that you're fighting. And one of the best ways to do that was things like headgear. So we're getting closer, closing in on the palace here. Moving into the courtyard, we're going to have another boss fight right up ahead. That poor monk. I love the fact that the bowing is still in the game. That was something in the original as well, and you really only did it for the first 2 or 3 opponents, but... Oh, nice. It was there, and it's just nice to see it retained. Not bad, not bad. Could have been better, though. You like kicks, huh? Let's do some kicks. Yes. Punchy. There we go. This is going to be a little tough. This guy doesn't prompt me like the others. Yes, I see that. Oh! Failed the last one. Let's just do that. There we go. Ah, I like his. Alright, round 1. Round 2. Fight! Come on. Excellent. Goodbye. Alright. Now, while Jordan Mechner would not really classify Karateka as a fighting game, I would say that Karateka really was kind of the very first fighting games really out there. I'm fairly certain it predated the original Street Fighter. I would have to look into that. And of course, correct that if I'm wrong. And honestly, it's quite fascinating. Oh, I failed, got hit. I think it's quite fascinating the work that was done on the original Karateka. Looking into it a bit before doing this video, and of course, now I'm getting my butt kicked, but it's beautiful. It's actually interesting to find out that the original had the limitation of like a, I believe it was a 4 or 5 frames per second ability, and honestly, the fluid animation that existed in the original Karateka was amazing for a game pretty much ahead of its time, I think. You didn't really get those fluid animations like that. A lot of pixel art was really just jumping from one pixel to the next using a different frame, and he was able to capture a very fluid style that you only really see in modern day pixel art. Alright, that blasted bird is dead. Goodbye, Hawk. Of course, he has to have his right-hand man take me on. Alright then, let's do this. Come on, show a little respect. Ow. Come on. Fine. You're a jerk. Oh! Bad timing on that second hit. Uh-oh. Oh! Oh, ow. Alright, I have my special move, but I don't think I want to use it. He's getting fairly low, but so am I. Let's see if I can do this. Oh, failed that second hit. Oh, bad timing. Alright, I think he's gonna get me. Yes! Oh, I failed, and so you get to see the brute in action. Aw, it's such a touching boy carries wood, boy meets girl, boy climbs mountain story. Yes. Well, here we are, the brute. Now, the brute is really simple, honestly. That was my punch attack. That was my kick attack. So as you can see, he doesn't kick. Whether or not he's easy to block with, I couldn't really tell you. It definitely feels like I'm having an easier time of it. Maybe there's a built-in mechanic that does make it easier to use him. The evil Akuma. My evil is raw. Let's beat you down. Not bad so far. Yeah, doesn't matter if I take a few hits as long as I get the last one and can counter. That one, I didn't. Oh, failed the last one. Come on. Oh, why do I keep failing the last hit? That is awkward. Well, here's what I was talking about. You can press A to revive. I'm going to lose points, but I can come back in if I just want to beat the game, which I can. Just go on and just pick up where we left off, and I've got my special ability already powered up. Let's just go ahead and do it. Didn't do a lot of damage there, did I? Akuma is definitely one badass. He's certainly doing a fair bit of damage to me here, but at least we are in round 3. Ow, that hurts. Punch! Well, I guess he gets the girl. And there you have it, a touching story told with not nary a line of dialogue. Mariko is grateful for the brute's bravery, but he's not really the love she dreamed of. Try for the next step in Karateka mastery. Rescue Mariko with a suitor who will make her even happier. So there you go, there's my high score. Beat my time limit, 29 minutes this time around. And as you can see here, I get a nice leaderboard. I can see my ranking, 63. I guess that's not bad. We can see here, here's the listing of people that have done well. Looks like only 2 people have actually made it with the True Love. And quite a few people made it with the Monk, though. So I'll be trying to best my score, but that right there, ladies and gentlemen, that is Karateka. That was released just today, the 3rd of December here, on Steam. So if you're nostalgic for Karateka, or you just kind of want to find maybe a new rhythm game, this one's not bad. It's out there on Steam. It's on sale right now at release for about $8. So go on, pick it up if you're interested, and have fun. Seriously, you've just seen the whole game, but you've seen the worst ending. So, obviously, it's cheap, but it's fun, and it's there really, I think, for those of us who were there with the original and want that sense of nostalgia. And to be honest, it's kind of fun to play just to play for the music, honestly. There's some really nice music in this game, so I'd have to say I'm honestly glad I picked it up. I actually got very excited, got pretty giddy when I saw that this game had come out. I'm like, Karateka, that is my past. That is amazing. So, alright, well that's just been a quick look for no other reason than just to wax nostalgic with you guys. I'm KageKaze. Thank you guys for sticking with me through this video, and I'll see you next time.